What does the future look like? If you close your eyes right now and imagine a metropolis in the year 2049 or a spacecraft orbiting the rings of Saturn, what you're seeing isn't just your own invention. You are seeing the world through the eyes of one man, an industrial designer who was hired to sell steel and ended up selling us a destiny of humanity. Today, we're breaking down the genius of Syd Mead, the visual futurist who made the future feel, for the first time, inevitable. Syd Mead wasn't your typical concept artist. He didn't draw fantasy, he designed solutions. While other artists in the 70s imagined the future as something shiny and flat, Mead applied the logic of industrial engineering to create worlds you could smell, touch, and above all, believe in. In this video, we're going to analyze his inside-out design technique, his journey through Hollywood, and how you can apply his mindset to your own art, whether you're an illustrator, a designer, or just someone passionate about the creative process. Sydney J. Mead was born in St. Paul, Minnesota on July 18, 1933. His father was a Baptist minister who read pulp magazines such as Buck Rogers and Flash Gordon, which sparked his interest in science fiction. Mead showed great talent as an artist from a very young age. By the time he was in high school, he was already able to draw human figures and animals, and he had a knack for illustrating light and shadow.
I first realized that I had a kind of an artistic, inventive frame of mind or ability when I was probably in the 5th grade.
Mead graduated from high school in Colorado Springs, Colorado in 1951. After serving a 3-year enlistment in the U.S. Army, Mead attended the Art Center School in Los Angeles. To understand Mead, you have to understand that he didn't start in film. He was recruited by Ford Motor Company's Advanced Styling Studio by Elwood Engel. This is where he learned the golden rule: function dictates form. Look at this image. It's not just a cool vehicle. Notice the realism of the lighting. Mead understood the physics of light long before ray tracing existed. He used to say that for something to look real in the future, it must have a heritage in the past. His designs for US Steel weren't just ads, they were life scenarios. He didn't just draw a car, he drew the lifestyle of the person driving it, the architecture of the city it drove through, and the atmosphere of the evening it was parked in. He called this scenario modeling.
Creative process for me is just creating both a destination, and on the way to doing that, you have to learn to remember what you see, because you have to construct scenarios that probably don't exist.
In 1980, Ridley Scott called him for a project called Blade Runner. Scott wanted Hong Kong on a bad day. Mead, instead of just designing the cars, the famous spinners, started redesigning the entire city. This is where visual cyberpunk was born. Mead coined the term retrofitting, the idea that in the future we won't tear down old buildings, we'll just strap new technology onto them because of budget constraints. That accumulation of cables, pipes and neons over Victorian facades created a texture of reality that sci-fi cinema had never seen before. He wasn't looking for utopian perfection, he was looking for logical dirt. If there are machines, there is grease. If there are people, there is trash. That is Mead's lesson. The detail is what sells the lie.
For film, you have to first find out what the audience probably expects to look at for that kind of thing, because everybody runs around with a kind of, again, their own private mental visual library. If you don't talk to that and come up with something that looks rational for the story, they don't know where they are, it interrupts the story, and you really haven't done your job, and you probably have materially help destroy the continuity of the story.
In a digital world, Mead's work seems impossible. No Photoshop, no 3D. Everything was gouache, airbrush, and a mathematical grasp of 2- and 3-point perspective. His ellipses were flawless. His mastery of tonal values allowed metal to look cold and neon to look like it was burning the paper. But his true secret was color blocking. Mead would paint large areas of flat color and then add strategic light accents that tricked the eye into seeing infinite complexity. Mead didn't get lost in the details at the start. He built a rock-solid perspective structure and then dressed the scene with light. Without a technical foundation in drawing, concept design is just smoke and mirrors. His influence is so vast, it's sometimes invisible. From iPhone designs to the aesthetics of video games like Mass Effect or Cyberpunk 2077, Syd Mead's DNA is everywhere. He didn't just inspire artists, he inspired engineers. Elon Musk has mentioned that the Cybertruck is directly influenced by Mead's designs. We went from Mead drawing the future to the real world trying to copy his drawings. Syd Mead left us in 2019, but the future he imagined remains our gold standard. He taught us that being an artist isn't just about making pretty pictures, but about the responsibility of imagining a world that works, that has weight, and that invites us to inhabit it. If you're an artist, next time you feel blocked, don't look at Pinterest, look outside. Study how a hinge works, how light bounces off an oil slick, how concrete ages. Design from the inside out.